I want to start also by echoing the disclaimer earlier that was stated. I stand in full and total solidarity with the Alliance of Sahel States. Independently, without foreign direction or control, all of my views expressed are personal and protected by the First Amendment Constitution. I want to thank this body for bringing this great team of leaders to address this issue of African independence. One of the roles of a leader, as Amos Wilson taught us, is that of a seer, one who sees reality of his people and shares that sight in a way that the people can grab it and move in a ways to change that reality in their favor. And Amos Wilson said the greatest seer that we had in the last several hundred years was the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. And what I want to share today is what Garvey saw and what I see are the responses taking place now to what Garvey initially saw and shared with us. What Garvey saw during this time was a global order, a European global order that was built on the subjugation, enslavement, and continued exploitation of Africa and its people. The administrators of that global order has changed hands over the past 600 years, inaugurated by the Vatican, as we have heard earlier, with Portugal and Spain, then the Dutch, the French, the British, and now the US with NATO are the main operators of this current phase of this anti-African global order. Today, global Africa is responding to that anti-African global order with two of our own global African revolutions. And I state you will lose the word revolution in the way that you'll hear it today in the Declaration, which means complete constructive change. The first global revolution among Africans is one on reparations. National and regional reparations commissions throughout the Western world have been developed, led by CARICOM, NARC. There's also commissions in South Central America as well as in Europe. The continent of Africa has joined this revolution, this reparations revolution. We had 3 international reparations conferences in Ghana over the last 4 years, with one culminating in the African Union adopting 2025 as the Year of Reparations. Various organs within the United Nations framework, the Working Group of Experts, the People of African Descent, the Permanent Forum of People of African Descent. The High Commissioner of Human Rights himself also gave a brilliant statement in the last PFAC conference on the right and obligatory need of reparations by these European complicit actors. And recently, in the United Nations, there was an announcement of the second decade of People of African Descent, again, focused on reparations. In the United States, we have majorly contributed to this action on reparations. Legislatively, it has been led by 3 dynamic women, one who's an ancestor, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. At the local level, Robin Ruth Simmons, who has inspired hundreds of actions around the country. And at the state level, State Representative Shirley Weber, who introduced the California legislation. So we're clear in the midst of a reparation in this globally to reclaim the payment for the debt owed for the crimes committed against our ancestors for over 500, now almost 600 years that we are still impacted by across the globe. That's the first revolution that we're taking part in. And I think we should frame these actions as revolutions so we can direct our people into understanding that it's their opportunity. Not only opportunity, it's their obligation to act now, or as our elders stated, they will betray the mission that's before this generation. The second global African revolution is that of economic sovereignty. The opening chapter of the brilliant book by Dr. Amos Wilson, Blueprint for Black Power, chapter 12 states, economic powerlessness means political powerlessness. There is no real sovereignty, no real freedom or independence or self-determination without the control of the economic forces of your territory. That is being driven, and this new economic sovereignty revolution is being driven by this major contradiction that we heard about several times today, and that is Africa is the wealthiest continent on the planet, yet our people are the most undeveloped, has the least standard of living, are the least educated, has the highest poor and impoverished people, has highest mortality rates across all the demographics. We're on the bottom of every good list and the top of every bad list. We are the home of spirituality, yet some of our leaders are the most corrupt and initiators of human rights violations against our people. That has to change. And that's what this economic revolution is about, because all of these have an economic basis. The Alliance of Sahel States is the leading global entity addressing this issue of economic sovereignty. And that's why we stand fully in support. They have and are showing us what Africa can and must do to be free and be totally sovereign. We in the West must fully support their actions. We must defend their actions. As many people say, we are the shield of the Alliance of Sahel States against bogus foreign European actions. And most of all, we must emulate their actions. We outside of America must also see our central goal as one of economic freedom. For again, as Dr. Wilson stated, there is no independence without it. And on this Independence Day, July 4th, 2025, I say, let us make it real and do as Garvey has alerted us and has informed us, and that is to get true economic freedom as well as repair reparations now. Happy African Independence Day. Thank you.